Hello to everyone. So this is another lab where we have to do online, unfortunately. Like last semester you had soils lab. So for this time also TD611, unfortunately you will not be able to do this experiment. But let us try to do a justice on sort of how it turns out. A cyber hands-on session on one of the equipment that we have in the lab. Actually, this particular machine or equipment gives you a product which is called puffed potato cubes. So if you can just show them, so these are puffed potato cubes which Praful and Robin and Anand was there maybe who made this about a week back. These are puffed potato cubes. So this is the end product, and of course raw potatoes everybody has seen. And what we do is like this particular equipment has 3 sections, as you can see here. So this one is a compressed air section, so air handling section you can call it. Then subsequent, the middle section is which is called as a air heating. So this is an electrical air heater. So and the last section is the puffing reactor, the reactor in which the potato cut and blanched, you can say cut and blanched potatoes are put, and this particular unit can make something like 4 to 5 kilograms of potato cubes. So this is really a bench-top model of a commercial unit eventually one can make. So what happens is you have some instrumentation in this particular piece of equipment. What we do is because this essentially has air, so this is a compressor, and this throws air through this compact electrical air heater, and where air gets heated, and this is typically called in field of mechanical and chemical engineering as a fluidized bed reactor. So this is a fluidized bed reactor. What happens is you have a base plate here which has got holes at the bottom, and the air gets thrown up here through this distributor plate, as it is called, through the distributor plate. And what happens is when you have potatoes stacked, let's say initially when the air velocity is 0 in this reactor, so as soon as you start throwing the air in this, there is a sort of, if you plot velocity of air versus status of fluidization, there is something which is called terminal velocity. So in this particular case, the terminal velocity of air to effectuate fluidization of potato cubes, the cubes that you have seen here, is something like 3 to 4 meters per second. So air is thrown at that particular velocity, and what we do essentially, I mentioned about instrumentation, is like at the exit of this blower, as you can see now, the temperature of the, it's close to ambient inside this workshop where it is kept. It is something like 28 degrees Celsius, and the whole process of the batch size of converting the potato cubes, raw potato cubes that contain something like 85% moisture, 80-85% moisture, and the objective is to sort of during puffing you bring down the moisture content of these potatoes cubes. So initial moisture content, as I mentioned, is about 80-85%, and you bring it down to something like 7 to 8%. And as we will see, for example, in the theory part of this is like what is the equilibrium moisture content, and equilibrium moisture content is moisture content at which in the ambient conditions the product will remain safe without having any microbial attacks and things like that. So where were we? We were sort of wanting to tell you that you have a terminal velocity wherein the potato cubes literally start dancing. So a solid packed bed becomes a fluidized bed. So the sort of what happens is, like in the airflow here, what we want to do is, so this I really tell in each batch that this is a perfect example of what food engineering unit operations can have. You have something like mass transfer, you have something like heat transfer, okay, and you have something like what you call value addition to a raw material. So when I say mass transfer, what it means is moisture of 85% of the product comes down to something like 8 to 10%. So you have the air which is going around in the reactor takes away the moisture, okay, and the air exits from here. Heat transfer, because you are heating the air because what happens is, in order to remove the moisture in drying class, for example, you will say that you need heated air, and that heated air sort of is at the temperature of something like 80-90 degrees Celsius. So the whole batch is actually divided into three phases. So first phase is called drying phase, then you have a small short time phase of 170 degrees Celsius, and then there is a last finish drying. So initial drying, then next is potato puffing at a high temperature, and third is the finishing drying. And all these temperatures need to be monitored. So you have thermocouples at three different places. You have air entering here into the heat exchanger, so that is T1. Then you have the temperature of the air as seen by this particular thermocouple, which is T2, which is at the end of the heat exchanger, and then at the exit of the sort of reactor when the air exists from the top. So you have three temperature points here. So essentially, conventionally what we do is we ask the students to cut the potatoes so they get an experience of how hard is potato, what could be the bulk density of potato, and how do you calculate the capacity of a particular reactor to give you the batch outputs. Okay, so that's it. And I hope the video which is done by actual lab by Praful and Robin will give you some feel, if not the actual feel.
For this experiment, we bought potatoes from nearest market. Then we washed it with clean water to remove the soil on the surfaces. And then we peeled it and cut it into 1 centimeter cubes. And then we washed it, and around 1400 grams of potato cube we are going to use it for our experiment. And in the pre-treatment part, we are using this 1400 gram of cubes in this 90 degrees centigrade hot water for blanching process. Blanching process is required for the inactivation of enzyme which is required for browning of potatoes. This enzyme is called as polyphenol oxidase, and we are going to keep it in this water for 6 minutes. Now after 6 minutes of blanching process, the next process comes is which is required for avoiding the scorching of potatoes. For this purpose, we need 2 liters of 400 ppm sodium metabisulfite solution. We are going to add potato cubes for 2 to 3 minutes. After 2 to 3 minutes, we are going to clean these potato cubes so that the excess solution which is there, it will be removed off. Now we are going to take initial moisture content of potato cubes. For that we have cut it into small pieces, and we are going to keep it in moisture balance to check moisture content. after all the stages of experiment, we are going to check volume expansion ratio, that is VER. So we are going to check VER will be calculated by the volume displaced by the potato cubes after puffing and potato cubes before puffing. So this is 30 ml of petroleum benzene. We are going to use petroleum benzene because it doesn't wet the sample. Normal water wets the sample and absorbs moisture, so it will be difficult for us to find out. Now we are going to add 10 cubes into the volume. Now we will see how much volume is increased. So it is 36.5. So we can say 6.5 ml of volume is displaced by partially dried 10 potato cubes. Now we are going to check volume displaced by potato cubes after puffing. So similarly, we are going to add 10 puff potato cubes. As you can see, the volume is increased up to 41 ml. So the volume displaced by pre-puffing, that is before puffing potato cubes, it was 6.5 ml, and volume displaced by after puffing potato cubes will be it was 11 ml. So when we check the volume expansion ratio using formula, the value we have got is 1.69.